Yeah, well, let's see. We're going to get the agent select here in just a moment, and we will find out what the choices will be for Giant X and for Heretics. And it seems like we will get that double duelist already locked in for Heretics there.
Something that I really like about the way that Team Heretics plays this double duelist here on Ascent is that the operator is always a question mark. Sometimes it's going to be a wood, sometimes it's going to be a mini-boo, but it's one of their winning conditions because it allows them to put a lot of pressure onto the other team. I want to see the confidence in them to go for plays.
Pressure here for sure, Mimi. Right? Yeah. Giant X knows that they have a big opportunity to be able to get an upset in map 1.
That they do. I mean, I think they have to prove themselves in this game. If they lose this, especially if it's a dominant loss, it feels like it's just a continuation of that last game. We have to see the Giant X we saw in the group stage.
Giant X have not been able to get a win over Heretics. Is today the day? Our teams are locked in and there's no more second chances. Let's send it over to your casters, Bren and Sideshow.
Without a doubt, one team here is going to have their hopes dashed against the wall. Their year will be finished, and it's between two EMEA teams. It's EMEA on EMEA violence, and we're going to find out, is Giants just a flash in the pan? Is this where their run ends? Or are Team Heretics still do they have that dog in them? Do they have that ability to potentially even get to another grand final and defeat their demons, overcome the limit that they set themselves in prior years? That's all going to be asked.
The expectations, sorry, are just so different between these two teams, aren't they? Yeah. Heretics, you never know what to expect from them. They either crash out or they go on a run all the way to the finals. But their record when it comes to big matches, playoff games, and the like has not been great recently. Both duelists tucked into mid lane, a bait and switch setup. Woot goes down instantly. What a shot from Cloud.
It's a hell of an opening. A great answer as well for one of the questions we had. We were thinking about this battle between Team Heretics Giant X as being a battle of the minds, I suppose, whether you can pick yourself up after getting battered, sent down into the lowers.
And there were some big players that you need to be putting attention and focus on as to whether or not they can turn up and hit shots. I think both squads will have been disappointed with just their gunfire as well in the previous matches that we saw. Giants losing to NRG, getting crushed by them actually, and Team Heretics looking way out of form in their loss to MIBR as well.
We need to see that return of the group form for both of these teams. Now that Paranoia is going to be setting the pace and the tempo. Forwards is Giants looking to take the fight, but again it goes both ways. Buddha send that Paranoia still. Giants not to be outdone. Make a statement here onto the site. Lay claim to it. The plan will be going down.
A flash and a recon. Recon used earlier.
Planted.
No early pressure here.
Oh, mini-boo and Rian's going to be trying their best at this point here. Rian's looking for an early pick-off. Get things back on track for them, but already he's going to be falling. Flickless, head clean off. Removed onto Rians, and now mini-boo's left, straggling back into this fight in a 1v4. You have to overcome so many hurdles to make this a possibility, and he's not even going to get past the first. Rubinho deletes him off the server, and that is an early pistol round win here for Giant X. Big win for them, get the confidence back nice and early.
Cloud has a big one, and then this one. Rubinho killing Benji, who was tucked behind the box trying to play off the back of the Paranoia. Two really important kills for Giants to win an early pistol. I think if they want to come out with an upset, and I think it would be an upset despite the fact that they're the higher seed, because last time we actually saw these two teams play, Team Heretics crushed Giants in group stage.
Historically as well, I mean, they're 3-0 against them.
Yeah, slightly different rosters in some of those iterations, but there's a big kill actually for Team Heretics to get up. No damage even done there by Arrow with the Marshal.
Yeah, potentially a bit of anti-dat. So many bodies looking at that top mid angle, expecting, anticipating the peak. They're rewarded for it with Arrow removed. Tip of the spear. Gone now for Giants. You have to be disciplined to make their way through and past this, because again, dangers lying around every single corner. Heretics already looking to get a stack of bodies over towards A.
Yeah, Benji's broken the cam over towards B main as well. And got really pushed up, so he's given his team a good idea that Heretics got the stack in the right place.
Yeah. At a minute mark, you can still call to cancel if you are Giants, but it looks like they are making a move towards it, but mapping a little bit different now, going up towards Heaven, and that's where potentially the players are. Yeah, mini-boo's holding it, but there it is. Wading right into the crosshair, and it was placed perfectly at that. Heretics now, this is a trap that's been sprung, and they're just being walked right into. Heretics are loving this. The weaker weaponry matters not potentially, but still you can find a way to batter your way through, but you can't overcome them all. Heretics dish it out straight away, and answering with that one-to-one MasterCard Thrifty.
Heretics actually played that round perfectly too. The opening idea is really nice. You get a Sheriff and a Marshal looking together, so even if you hit 2 body shots, you've killed a player on 150 HP. And then Boo actually pushed through this smoke to catch a timing with his classic, as Mini Boo with the Marshals watching towards top. They knew exactly how to dismantle that pathing coming out from Giants.
Yeah.
And I think you pointed out something accurate too. They should have cancelled when there was a minute on the clock. The cam's just been broken over towards B main, but the trip hasn't. You know that they're not fully pushed out behind you. Relax. Might be some inexperience showing there.
Giants were showing signs of that, at least the other day. When everything was going wrong for them, they were rushing into most of the engagements.
They were. It looked a bit messy, didn't it? A bit desperate towards the end.
Can't blame them. A lot of these players are going to be unfamiliar to this level of performance, this level of stage. Benji's forwards though onto that again. The dart's going to be dealt with. The flash was connect, but that is a trip. Need to kill. Ara's going to be finished off in a blink of an eye. The players are starting to get a bit of a forward position as that door's broken down. Minibu can't really help out from the side in a spot like this, but calling for the pause and a refight forwards. There's a flash into the corner, and these anchor players have got to try and lock this one down. Rens and Benji. Never in doubt with them. Safe pair of hands.
Such a good position. Such a good position to anchor from where Rens was playing. And Rens gets a triple kill on the round as well, starting to build up towards that Hunter's Fury. Anytime you get a second round Thrifty going on, the ults start mattering really quickly when you get to the rifle rounds. Just gives you that extra round to start building things up. Last time these two teams faced off, I was talking about it, week 5 I think it was in EMEA. Team Heretics crushed. Ascent was one of the maps that was played. Giants still feeling confident by the look of it because they picked the map here. But it was actually the other half on defense where Giants couldn't get anything going. They still need a good performance here, though, on their attack side, just to give them a little bit of that buffer zone.
Just love the guns. It's going to be a Cloudburster. Coming across. What a shot. Adjustment by Minibu. Snaps to the ceiling.
Crazy pathing from Ara. Punished very quickly. And Ara had a nightmare game against NRG. He has to be online for Giants to win. And some of that is to do with how the team's playing and how they set him up. But once he's in the flow state, Ara's been monstrously good for Giants. So if he's out of the rounds early on like this, it is gonna hurt.
Has to sit back in the spectator seat. Chewing at his fingers, really, waiting for his team to see what they can do to try and offset this one. That's a drone. Can tag and see the two players. Woot squaring up, eager for the fight and engagement. Wants to draw a bit of blood there, but it's going to be disengaged by Giants.
It's a lovely recon dart that allows them to re-clear tree.
Now what they got, straight through mid. That trip's going to be slowing them down, but for a moment now. See how that anchoring's tested once more.
Slightly further back, that trip, so it doesn't get broken by the shock.
Yeah, and it might just be chewing them up. Still it is managed, but that is beautiful work. As the trip's broken, Benji knows it. Threatening and pushing straight out of market. Giants being whittled down here, bit by bit, piece by piece. They can't earn themselves a fair fight. Gonna have to take heroics to bail them out of this spot in a 2v4. Smoke obfuscating one of the angles, but up through lane. Minibu's watching it. Hyper consistent now with that operator in his hands. And he might fall, but his team gets the job done nevertheless. 3-1 now. Heretics. Monstrous beginnings for them.
Already, this is looking like it's going to be a difficult game for Giants, because Heretics sometimes feel like you flip a coin with them as to whether you get the great version of this team or the version that's not really turned up to play on the day. But here, they're hitting their shots. All of the util is really precise and good. Boo throws a nice flood smoke in that round as well. And Benji Fishy with a slightly offset trip. You know, the ideas are there, they're working. Players like Rens, Minibu with the op, things flowing well. Pressure on Giants quite early in this half. Next rifle round's going to be important.
Definitely is, but not the best beginnings the Giants were hoping for if they were going to shrug off that loss from NRG. It was a battering. I think our fastest game, or most dominant game at least, that we've seen so far in Champs. The only one that comes to mind was some of the earlier games that were being played in groups, but here, judge in hand, Woot is going to be making short work of that. Shots fired towards his fight, gives it the perfect timing. He's going to fight straight into 3 HP, still alive and kicking. There should be that quick and easy cleanup indeed. Team Heretics now.
They deliberately came into this round, Ren, with a judge and an outlaw.
Yeah.
And they've just got so much money, they're going to be able to buy up. Even though they keep both weapons, they can just get better guns at the end of this anyway. Go back to, if they want to, the op and full rifles. Giants have got to get value out of this KO ultimate. Flickless with it in hand. not running an anti-KO ult setup here, Benji Fishy. He's going to have to bail out of the B site early on.
He's thinking about it now, though.
Okay, yeah, starts to reset back into spawn.
Time with a setup here. Flash to set it forwards again. That KO, but that means the trips are intact. We already talked about it. Benji's playing up into spawn. That's a tag all the way. Look at this. Just slingshot it all the way back, and that's still lighting you up. Straight shots forwards again. Rens wants to anchor, and that is pure reactions. He unleashes, rifle in hand, and what a statement to make against Giants. In their heads. Doesn't get easier for them. They were getting run around, rings around them in the matchup against NRG. Now Heretics doing the exact same, one step ahead.
Rens is so clean in that anchor spot. It's one that Cloud loves to play as well once the sides flip. What a day to come and support Heretics
baby.
as well.
Let's go.
I believe I'm right in saying that that's Boo's dad. I don't want to be incorrect on the back of it, but I think he was here yesterday as well. I saw him in the crowd, and that was a tough day to come and support your son, but here the start a lot better. Giants have got to find a turnaround, maybe off the back of Ara's knives. They don't need an enormous amount of rounds in this half, but their chances are trickling away.
Dwindling. Miniboo potentially tested here. There's many angles to count for. See his crosshair placement with Ara inserted as well off to the side could make a difference. Gatecrash is going to be fading soon enough though, and West side crosses up into it. Mistakes being made. That's a spike drop down straight in mid. Team Heretics don't get overzealous though. They don't over-rotate. They don't move too many of the pieces.
We've still got good information over towards A. Drone, as you're saying, but you know, doesn't actually clear too much space. Giants are trying to establish position in mid, but they've got no info towards the outsides of the map. It is going to have to be on Ara here.
Time to clear market. All on Ara. See what he can do. The cages as well. Benji. Sit behind it. Tark, that's a trip not broken again from that shock. This is a difficulty for them to try and work past.
They've used both shocks.
They are being used. Not sure what's going on there, but okay, eventually going to get past all of it. Just the underhand with the flash. But you've only taken one stage of this, and again, these anchor players have been a nuisance. Ara activates. Forward is the approach again. Blade Storm in hand. That's a dash active and a lot of damage done to Rens. It's been a menace towards the back here, but he's got to try and do it again. Time running short, but this guy will not slow down. Another three-piece for Rens. 7 seconds. Plan needs to go down, but the pressure is just relentless. It's never ending. Heretics, do not let them breathe.
Rens is such a phenomenal talent. He's so consistent for this team too. But moments like this, his partner falls beside him and he still picks up 3 kills anchoring, including shutting down Ara's knives, which was the win condition. For Giants, there he is, bald Rens. Benji flashed him to the camera. In my book, best player to have never lifted a trophy, Rens.
He's up there alongside Mako.
Yeah, who we've just seen win an incredible victory as well down there in the lowers.
Miniboo. Tending for potential shot. That is purely of the smoke timing. Unfortunate for Westside. Catching the bad end of that op twice now. Miniboo with the instant reposition. He's getting active absolutely everywhere. Over towards Cat, one step ahead, reading most of this. Look at that, he's blinded up, but there is that punish. Ara, he's going to dash behind, trail behind him. Woot's now going to be feeling that pressure from multiple directions and avenues. Difficult to ask, and this is Giants finding a way to pave him forwards. Shots are found across the board. Boo trying to really dominate that angle. Perhaps if he got the second, maybe it's a chance, but now it just leaves it to Benji Fishy in that 1v2.
Cloud cautious. They think that Benji's on a faster timing, and because of their hesitation, now Benji here before the plant.
We'll just close. The body, the neural effect is going to be revealing the positions. Make it a bit easier here for Benji with that door broken. Arena chanting his name. They want to see it. Top form from Benji, and he's going to be tested now. He's going to get his chance to take that fight forwards again. Forwards again! Almost there with a transfer, but it's Ara with a 3-piece. Saves them, puts a round on the board. Another one added. 2 for now for Giants, but it matters massively.
Certainly does. That's a huge one. Taking down Woot is enormous in his position there. The pathing was nice from Ara, put a lot of pressure down, and Woot was having to look in both directions, which is why Flickless gets such an easy kill. Look though at the reactions from the players at the end of the round. Benji's laughing about it a little bit. He's like, oh man, I could have had that, I could have had that. Ara is locked in. That's the difference in tension between these two teams right now because the scoreline is Heretics kind of running away with things.
Yeah.
A round like that is absolutely required for Giants to stabilize at all.
And calling a timeout, this would have been before they ended up winning the round probably as well, intending just for this upcoming one, assuming that they were probably going to be losing that one on the weaker bye, but
I think it's a good time to call a
it still
timeout
is.
either way though,
Yeah.
because you still need more of these rounds. And if the coaches have identified something, if Pipson's got an idea about where you want to be putting the pressure in order to find that entry in, because the B splits that Giants have been going for a lot have been getting snarled up by the trips. You have to take so much time to deal with those trips being thrown down by Benji. The rotates are coming through very quickly, and Team Heretics anchoring on B has been spectacular too. So I don't like the idea of carrying on in that direction, but a couple of A splits might be a nice idea. Benji's already ahead of it though. He's got a trip put down towards Tree in a spot that you would be anticipating if somebody was going to be running that A through mid.
it's the trouble the Giants were running into against NRG with just every single option that they were taking was going wrong for them. Here's a potential chance for Boo to get involved, but no, he's going to give it up. Sees a lot of presence. Here's the footsteps.
So inserting somebody into A main, going back, trying to play this through mid, push back either of the duelists that might be contesting you in this smoke, and go for the A split. They might even make it feel like a B split to begin with, and this drone down mid is aiming to accomplish that.
Hello, as a punish onto the drone that's occurring. Rians trying to take this. With all the shots going wide. Counter ult to try and punish him, but is there any sort of damage being done? It goes whiffy on either side. Real just shots in the dark, nothing off the sound cues, but
there are three players in position right now on the defense side to stop some kind of B split from coming through.
what about the A split?
And Miniboo's starting to lean in that direction now.
Who's going to try and lock this one away, but doesn't have a paranoia to try and shove them back. This could get dangerous for him very, very quickly.
They're getting the right read by just leaving mid completely open.
Smoke back on cooldown here for a minute, for Boo at least. That's going to attack though, no util to be used, but he does get his smoke off to anchor in and play around, but that's a shorty in the hands of Aaron. He's looking to send it forwards, Boo! Boo! He's just running and gunning. It's madness and anarchy towards that tail end of the site, but he's bought time for the reinforcements. Miniboo getting active and involved into the fight. Woot! From on top over the shoulder, and it leaves it to West Side in that 1v3 time of the essence. Not going to be easy for him. Not going to be easy for him at all. What is that from Woot?
Incredible. But I like what Team Heretics are doing in terms of their protocols dealing with these kind of pushes. They had a really nice adjustment to the pathing up through Heaven in that one round, and here Boo throws down this smoke. This smoke requires Giants to do something like that where they double jump in with shorties to try to clear it. It buys time for defensive rotates, it allows Boo actually to get a double kill, which is maybe a bit lucky, but the way he plays it is really beautiful. Giants need more. And the weaponry is just not there.
Miniboo. Listen, he was trying to break the knife there. He's going to be suppressed out into mid. He's isolated, needs a bit of help. It's an anchor smoke as well, supportive user from long range, but he's being cleared out. Good dash from Ara. Deletes Miniboo in the process. A couple more layers to overcome here. It's a dart just taken off of timing, not much else. Anchor players again could be tested, but a pause called here by Giants X. They're looking for the next reaction, looking for Heretics to play into them.
I like the idea of pumping the brakes here because Team Heretics have gone into this passive B setup, and now Rien's Benji look to try to get info. This is where you want to be trying to punish an info push like this. Can Giants find any kind of information on Rien's and Benji? They're not really getting posted on deep angles. They did pick up another rifle, though, with Miniboo dying, and passed it over Grabinho and Flickless.
Now they make their move, though. Scaling into the site. The players, what is this timing being taken? They're just going to raw push straight through the smoke. Not much util being used, and that's going to be punished for it. Site, though, it's the TP towards the back. Woot is going to be finding that mark. Flickless dropped, but Boo still towards the back. There's 23 seconds left. Looking to move in a different direction. The door has to be broken. Realizing that Boo reinforced that site to 1v2 for him still, but the positions are flipped in the blink of an eye. Time, there should just be enough. Barely there to get the plant.
It's going to be close. I mean, if that...
Gotta get kill anyway.
Okay. Boo dies anyway. If the door had not been broken over to, you know, if the door had actually been lowered, maybe...
Maybe there's a world.
Maybe there's a world where that is a very weird ending there, but a Massacre 50 in the end. collecting Miniboo, who overstayed his welcome, as you were talking about. Suppressed, couldn't gate crash. But from a macro perspective, I like the adjustment from Giants that they take all of that space, make it feel like a B split, and then hit the brakes heavy. It puts Rens and Benji in a weird position there. And as they exited the site, Giants pounced. Now Flickless back with ult in hand.
Again, normally the same anti-setup here by Benji.
Yeah, normally going through mid with the KO ult is a nice idea. You're just more likely to tag onto a Cypher or any of the other players that are playing off-site positions.
Bound to be a slow round here by Giants with Ara picking up that operator.
Well, it also looked for a moment there like Rens was droning mid for Miniboo to try to fight off it. They might want to try to take this engagement before Giants can set up for an exec. Yeah, look at him here, tripled up.
There's no smokes in your face. Might be spoiled. Clouds holding the drone. There's a time to be taken. Tucked to the corner. Bench is going to be breaking that. But if you see the Cypher that pushed into mid, alarm bell should be ringing.
Absolutely.
Dart broken along with that flash. Doesn't really quite connect in time. Trying to be used in conjunction with one another. That knife towards the floor though, and that's Rens going to be spotted out. These players getting pulled apart. Smells off. Something's fishy.
Ara posted.
He's going to get his chance. Where's that bullet corner right weaved in between them? And now it's going to be a no command. It's going off here over towards the A side. It's up to Woot and Boo. See what they can do from this spot. Boo again laying it down with the damage, but that's an instant resurrect and goes for the punish or being covered. Giants X. Good maneuvering. Finding the gaps, finding the weak spots where Team Heretics just didn't quite have the bodies for it.
Huge respect to the Giants coaching staff for calling that timeout and making a couple of good round adjustments off the back of the Thrifty round that they put on the board. They got a Thrifty, they come in, they tweak a couple of things, and now they're putting together a pretty respectable attack half. Of course, winning the pistol, you do ideally want more than 4. But at the same time, Heretics came back and won the second round, so you can't be too picky. You've got to go with what you get. And like I said, when these two teams played in EMEA, it was actually the defense side that was really tough for Giants. The double duelist comp just kind of ran over them. They couldn't stop it. Usually, though, Giants very, very solid on their defense.
They tend to throw a lot of good ideas when they're on the defensive halves of a lot of these maps. Proactivity being the real keystone.
But I think on this map, too, they do such a nice job of balancing the proactivity, the aggression on their defense with the more solid setups.
That's crazy.
Through the armpit. It's a good job that didn't matter, because Arrow will be feeling bad that he wasn't able to get a couple in that. Could have been an Aspas kebab.
Really good. He's been dishing them out, especially the other day. Here in the final round, though, this first half, Giant X one step away from making it very respectable if they can bring it to 7-5.
Yeah, that'd be a great attack half.
They seem to have hit on something that is working pretty damn well. Up into the one-ways, a flash primed and ready. Go for this one. Stray spam. Just trying to dominate and insert themselves in through A main.
Woot with knives and an op. Flickless still with his 0 point available to take that away. Looks like over towards Jenny, roughly where about Boo is playing. Could be for Heaven, though, to stop the planners coming through.
That's going to be information gathered. Boo, what are you going to do about this? Now, conventional drift, but your team might need you onto the side with the guns. Already out. Woot, knives, blade storm, forwards again. Right click, decimates, slicing and dicing and cutting his way through. And the operator adds the cherry on top. The deep TP from Grabino will finally be punished, and it leaves it into the 1v1. Benji saves it for Heretics. 8-4 at the half.
It's Benji with the 1v1 clutch in the end, but my God, what a round from Woot. Flickless would have been hoping that 0 point took the knives away. That was looking like 2020 original pre-nerf jet that he was pulling out here. Look at that play.
Crazy stuff.
Get this guy off the Viper.
Yeah. A little bit more of that, please. Heretics definitely going to be happy with that. An 8-4 half. Nothing to scoff at whatsoever. A fantastic bounce back as well from being sent down here into the lowers. Lewis standing by though with one of Benji Fishy's biggest supporters. Take it away.
Et le meilleur ami de Benji, Rhys, m'a rejoint ici à Paris. It's a pleasure to welcome you, Rhys. You're Benji's best friend here in Paris, so welcome, first of all. And first of all, it's beautiful to see how involved you've been, you know, in his career, in success, always rooting for him and stuff. And I think it's not the first event you've attending to root for him, so what's the cutest thing you've done for Benji and his team, let's say?
Yeah, I mean, I've been here every single step of his way. Came to Berlin, came to Shanghai, and now I'm in France. I've even done some anti-strap for everyone here. Spent 50 hours against G2 and ended up banning the map against G2. So.
Well, at least you were giving it. Donc première question, tu es super investi dans la carrière de Benji. C'est pas le premier événement auquel tu viens pour le soutenir. Donc c'est quoi le truc le plus mignon que tu as fait pour lui? Bah oui, je suis venu à Shanghai, je suis venu à Berlin. Je le suis depuis toujours et j'ai même fait de l'anti-strat. J'ai passé 50 heures à anti-strat la map de Bind pour qu'au final il la banne dans un BO3. And second question, you've been knowing Benji for years, you've been playing with him and stuff. So if you could steal one of his skills or maybe one of his traits, what would it be and why?
Yeah, I think Benji's one of the most caring, kindest people you'll ever meet, and it's hard to find that in the world. And I think if I had that, I'll be very happy, and I'm proud to call him a friend.
Wow, beautiful words from his best friend. Donc deuxième question, si tu pouvais piquer quelque chose à Benji, trait de personnalité, skill, ça serait quoi? Ça serait sa gentillesse, c'est la personne la plus tendre que je connaisse. C'est vraiment, vraiment quelqu'un de bien, and I think he's very lucky to have you too. Rhys, thank you so much for joining me, and let's see if the best friend buff can help Team Heretics close this ascent.
Josh, when are you going to start anti-shredding teams for me in ranked?
Yeah, I mean, the hidden strength behind Team Heretics coaching staff, apparently.
That's honestly is. That's so
incredible,
sick.
isn't it? Let's take a look at the Coinbase Eco report. Have a look at Rens, who's been absolutely shredding on that defense half. Ignore the KO damage, though. That presumably is from when he's been knocked on the floor. But the rest of it, you saw him anchoring so many spots there, especially on the B site, playing a phenomenal game, over a kill per round. But now they have to do it on attack. And I think this is where the pressure really gets put onto Giants, especially if they lose pistol here. Heretics comp just has so much explosivity with the double duelist that they run. It can be very tough to stop.
Let's see, can Giants batter back, get a pistol around nice and early? That start is going to be dealt with nice and early as well. On top of that, the players starting to rotate, make a move. Team Heretics looking to speed this one all the way up. Boo putting his body on a line to set his team up for success. Woot! It's an instant answer with 2 knocked away in the blink of an eye, and look at that, quick 180. Start breaking intact. Cloud trying to be played in off the back of that, but all the players toppling on the side of Giants, and Heretics is going to be smiling all day long with pissed around going their way like that. West side in a position to try and do his best, but it is a 1v3. Clearing the appropriate angles. Doubled up, you got to think Heretics are all advantaged up here, making a bit of noise at the drop down. So now Westside has revealed his position and time taken away. Doesn't know where these players lie. Rians at the peak, but he doesn't give away his life. Dart forwards for that first tap. Another answer towards it. Benji puts the finishing blow onto Westside. 9-4 now. Heretics starting to steamroll.
I love the idea from Flickless of saving the 0 point to try to tag them as they're coming in. Boo doesn't care. As you said, he's just bunny hopping his way in to play his duelists, his big players, his fraggers into the round. You know, Boo's happy, I think, you know, similar to Boaster. He's happy.
Guys, I meant Drew.
Yeah, I mean, presumably that's what Boo's saying in the comms as well, man.
It's Angel-esque.
Yeah, is it?
Tie it up.
He's happy to be jumping in there and playing in the rest of his team because his job is to make his teammates shine. And now Heretics have gone for this buy, which we're seeing become more and more common when you're up quite a lot.
Yeah.
To go for the regen armor, go for the stingers, and save quite a lot of money just in case your opponents go for a force. The stingers are still extremely powerful, really good when the opponents are not forced to.
Yeah, good in almost any situation.
And still gives you a lot of money to be able to play with in the future.
A real stack here from Giants on their eco. They do have 3 bodies in position to potentially do a bit of damage. That drone's going to be broken though. Signs of life, knife against the back wall. Not too sure how many players got tagged up, but Could be seeing Grabinho in hot water soon enough. That dash is active. We'll see if Wu wants to go off of it. There's also a TP deeper into the side. Updraft over that Paranoia sweep. It's going to go on either side here, but the body's just topple and fall. West side is getting active. Joined himself really into the fight here, but it's all controlled in the chaos of it. Heretics in a prime spot now to get that plant down. A bit of calm now reinserted as Cloud is left into that 1v3 without any guns to do it.
Focusing on getting another ult point towards Miniboo.
That door breaks. Yeah, he's
surely going to get run
fight.
down. Small micro thing to have a look at here. Grabinho had his Paranoia prepped at the back of Jenny, and the timing that Team Heretics took was right as the smoke in main was about to fall. So this Paranoia is way late because Grabinho was actually refreshing the smoke just as the pop came through. Take a look at that potentially in future A hits that Team Heretics are running. Small moments like that can get you an advantage. And now 5 stingers still as they go into their bonus round. Can't stop him with a flash, can't stop him with a knife. What is the solution here for Heretics? Down 6 on their map pick.
The Giants.
Time to jump.
Tough ask. Gonna have to answer back rapidly. And it has to be now. Put your foot down, assert your authority. Very spread out across the map for now. But Heretics are taking this one cautiously themselves. Getting a bit of space in through mid, even inserting Rens. He's deep up onto Cat. Making sure to hold down that shift key. Make no signs of life, no sound cues to give away where exactly you could be landing, and it seems like B is the call.
Both teams using the camera for B main control. Benji's slightly deeper, able to look on the other side of the smoke.
Oh.
Flickler's starting to get the read though. No, he's just jump spotting over towards mid, but he'll be there fast with really good support util.
TP onto the one side, it looks like, and that's going to be a shot to remove that trip. Dash, and again, crash forwards. Again is the play. Clone potentially to absorb a bit of that aggression, and there's a shot fired off, and a flash in the face of Cloud. He's feeling that pressure now, but again, he follows the traces. He's rewarded. Bullets to the dome for Miniboo. Dropped out of the fight now, and out towards lane, looking to really get inserted again, but those stingers, they can be nasty business. It's a foul set of action now from Team Heretics. They're really making their mark onto this site. This is a buy round that's just gone way too wrong. Giants look to redeem, look to claw it all the way back. Time is still against them, but again, these weapons handed over into the 1v1. And the wide face from Rens does them dirty.
A 4K Red Bull clutch again.
Get out of here.
He's a monster. He can't be stopped. The wide swing is gross. Huge credit to Rens for being able to pull this one off in the 1v2. He had good information on where Grabinho was and just makes the perfect decision with his movement. 19 kills across 15 rounds. He is the man.
Got a hot hand right now, and he's always that consistent performer at these events. Rens, you're going to get good performances out of him, especially at the biggest events of the year.
They're a very hot and cold team, aren't they? But Rens is that one player you can always rely on.
Makes it all so much easier for Heretics. The money is in a foul state, really, for Giant X. Throne has to be broken, but not before it tags up Miniboo, so he will be forced to respect this one back. But the Outlaw revealed everyone on half armor from Giant X. This is a tricky spot. No more info peaks. He will be punished for it. All right. Looks like he's going to be having to hold back a whole lot more from a spot like this. It's an off angle, back against the wall. Miniboo being diligent here with a clearance, and there it is. Locks onto the angle.
Very diligent in terms of clearing that position. Giants double push out through A main, looking to try to catch Boo.
Yeah.
Who's actually making the call to move over towards B main. I don't think they'll realize that Westside is this push, though. He's tucked out of the cam. Can the Guardian be seen?
That's a rough spot to be in.
I think the Guardian, the tip of it must have been seen by the cam.
Not be surviving that. This is a slow siege routed by Heretics, but it's successful nevertheless. Crack their way into the open side of B and across the map.
Spike planted.
Players felled on the side of Giants here. This is a brutal spot to be pushed into for your opening map. On your map pick, nevertheless, Ascent.
I tell you what, this is starting to feel very much like how Giants got decimated by NRG.
Yeah.
Think about Ethan's calling in that game, how he was never giving Giants the fights that they wanted to take. A round like this is exactly the same. Heretics just slowly take space around the map And over towards A main, a double push comes out from Giants. No one's there. Ara wants to take that fight, really well handled. West side forced to push up, super well handled as well. It's slow, it's patient, and Giants don't really have an answer for it.
It's a question we kind of posed at the beginning of this one. Last-ditch attempt here from Giants. Are going to be taking a timeout to see if they can correct the course, right the ship. But it's tough going for them. We were wondering if it was going to be that like flash in a pan. They've had that upsurge in towards that stage 2 playoffs at EMEA. They've carried it forwards in through groups, despite the disbelief of a lot of people. They upset a lot of brackets, but it looks like the playoff stage right now, as it gets to that top 8, the heat might be a little bit too much to handle.
They were still playing their own game in groups. They were still able to run all of the stuff that you've seen from them before, and they were the ones catching other people off guard. The big difference I'm noticing in playoffs is that NRG and Heretics are completely dismantling that playstyle by never opting into the engagements that Giants want to take. And I think we're just seeing that Giants don't really have that next layer to their game, which is to be expected because the glow-up has been insane from Giants. They went from a team that was towards the bottom of the barrel in EMEA, made a few roster changes, brought in Aaron Flickless, and really skyrocketed upwards, especially without Grabinho actually too. The strats look good, the team style came together, made the finals in EMEA. They have a lot to be proud of, but here they do appear to be running out of gas.
Heretics dead set on defeating the Demons, potentially getting a deeper showcase as well. They do not want to be going out early in another tournament when they've seen such highs in the year prior. Back-to-back finals where they weren't able to get anything going. This has to be where you change the chapter for the better.
And they've got a long, long way through the lower bracket if they want to make that a reality.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, it's going to be tough, but putting their best foot forward in this match here. West side is going to be seeing and hearing a lot of that presence. Utah's getting broken in time. Heretics grouped up.
Last time there was a B-pop that came out from Team Heretics. It might not happen even here. But last time Flickless was sending flashes over the top and he team blinded Cloud. Now normally Flickless's flashes and the way that Giants play around them are immaculate defending B. I don't think it's on Flickless either because he'll have definitely called that flash, but just the chaos that was happening, they didn't get that nice execution working. So keep an eye, even as this hit goes over towards the A site, as to whether Grabinho and Ara can play off some of that KO utility.
TP now, dimensional drift from Heretics, looking to put a stop here and now to this map. Finish it with a mighty blow. That's going to be good clearance, and the paranoia is precise. That's the nature of it as well. This is picture perfect, and Miniboo, like a heat-seeking missile, is an attempt of a rebuttal, at least from Giant X. Ara's in, but he doesn't know which way to look. Head on a swivel, time running short, but that is snappy work. Magnetic towards the dome, still lit up in the process, but time again. The pressure's on them, and he's getting his plant down for Rens. Delivers death from below, and a 13-4 finish for the opening map. That's something to be proud of.